All right, good morning, everybody. First things first, let's take a look at Canvas. This is what is on your plate for the week for this week, Linear Systems 1.6. Just a quick reminder that interactive textbook, you can get all the information about the lesson there and where to access the textbook. The practice problems, you can figure out which practice problems you have to do. Or you could just flip to 1.6 and just look in the back, right? These practice problems aren't coming from any other place other than in the back of the lesson where the header, the thing at the top says practice problems. It's always those, just the ones from that section in the back of the lesson. The essential question and the check-in, these two things are due on Sunday night at 11:59 p.m., no later, right? Everybody's well aware of that, no late work policy. Just like I've emphasized in the past, though, if major life events happen, there's something legitimately that stands in your way from turning it in, please contact me and we'll talk about those things on a case-by-case basis. But, get on this stuff as soon as possible. So essential question and check-in, just like in weeks past, make sure you knock these out and make sure they're turned in by Sunday night at 11:59 p.m. The two things I really want to mention, which I've mentioned in the past, are these answer key, which I think I'm going to start renaming solutions manual, and video tutorial. If you're needing help, what's happening is I get an email and it says, Chapman, I need help. There's something in the lesson that doesn't make sense. Cool. The first thing I'll respond to you with is, did you take a look at the answer key in the video tutorial? And then I think most of the time it's always like, no. And then let me go check that out. And then I never hear from that person. So I'm assuming they answered the question. But what I really want to reemphasize is this answer key has the solutions, the step-by-step way to answer the question. So if you're on number 18, right, go to this answer key, look at number 18, and then it's going to walk you through step-by-step how to answer this question. I know some people might be sitting there like, well, holy crap, Chapman, you said that 10 million times. I know. But there's still people that aren't hearing me. So I'm going to keep saying it until I stop getting emails about this. So notice that 18 doesn't just tell you the solution. It's telling you this is what you do first, right? And then you have this answer. Then you do this, right? So this answer key is super helpful. Have this out, have it open, have it printed out when you're doing the work. It's going to help you out tremendously. And then, of course, my video tutorial, access that. You might be thinking, why is there two parts? Well, we've talked about this before. If something happens in the middle of it, it gets broken up into two parts because I can't figure out a way to just pause it and, just keep recording. For some reason, it was just jacked up and I have to stop it and start a new one. So anyways, but one thing I really want to emphasize about this week before I lose too many of you, don't fall asleep yet. Make sure you're with me. Make sure you're listening because this is super important. This week is not like other weeks. Other weeks, I think it's reasonable to say that if you look at the material, maybe if you watch some of the video, maybe if you watch another video or two, like it's pretty easy to pick up and you can understand the material and knock it out pretty quick, and it's not that big of a deal. This week is not the case. This video tutorial is a total of almost 2 hours long. That just kind of tells you how long or how much information is in this lesson. So what I really pushed my other Algebra 2 class yesterday for was to get started today. Don't procrastinate. Don't wait till the weekend. If you do, you're just backing yourself into a corner and it's probably not going to get done, right? Make sure you are starting this today and you're actively looking at it every day between now and whenever you're finished. There's a lot of information in this lesson. Most of the information is just kind of average information that doesn't take, it's not super confusing. But there is a couple things in there that is going to really make you think, and it's going to make your gears turn, and it's going to be difficult, right? Solving a systems of equation. So if you have like 2 or 3 equations and you need to solve for all your variables, that can take a lot of steps, which typically means when students are asked to do a lot of steps, they'll kind of think it's more difficult than it is, and they'll just kind of give up. So I want to just kind of preempt that and just say, start this today, start looking at this, Watch the tutorial, start practicing the problems, and you should be fine. Just a little glimpse into next week. You can see that there is a test next week. So make sure you've referenced that email that we talked about last week about the new testing procedures and how that'll work. So you could expect to see this next week. There'll just be a review. I'll also upload a video of doing this review. I'm planning on doing that today. So you can watch the video that goes through all the review problems and just kind of explains everything. And then you'll have the test for next week as well. This will be unlocked for tomorrow for you. What else? We already talked about no late work, use the solution manual and video for help. We already talked about that, and test for next week. So we covered everything on my list to talk about. I'm going to pause for a second, open it up for questions, let these people that are late in. What is the test date? The test is next week. So the test will technically be assigned Monday and due the next Sunday. But I always unlock everything the week prior on Wednesday. So that way it just gives you a little more time to kind of process the material and ask questions. And just depending on everybody's schedules, you know, everybody's schedule is different. So they're like, oh, it's hard for me to do it in just 1 week. Can I have a little more time? So yeah, it'll be unlocked tomorrow and it'll be due on the Sunday after next. So any other questions? Thank you. All right, people that want to ask questions or work through problems or whatever, just hang out for a second. Everybody else, we'll see you Thursday. Bye. All right, questions? Feel free to unmute yourself. Samantha just came in. I'll have this video uploaded to Canvas here in just a few minutes so you can see what you missed. But if you got any questions, I'll go ahead and take them.